right, so first time here. I want to start at the very beginning. So you grew up in Chicago?
I did grow up in the rap. It hit different. I did come out of Chicago, man.
Now, you're originally from 63rd?
Put it like this. When you say where you from, we right here on Vlad TV. That's a police-ass question. Anything you asking me is police as hell.
That's a police question?
Let's just start there.
How's that a police question?
Cuz, on phone them, the feds is gonna use this interview and bring this shit up. Let's just start there,
Bring
Vlad.
up where you from?
What? Him? Because that's connected.
So you would go to prison based on where you're from?
That's how they doing us.
That's how they do it.
That's how they doing us on phone them. You can't say shit on Vlad TV. On phone them. How the fuck you think this interview finna go? It ain't different. Like, I don't know what to say when I'm here, bro.
Okay.
Like, let's just break this shit down. Yeah, I'm from Chicago. I will say that on phone them grade, but they might lock me up for this shit is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. It hit different. They might lock me up. And you know if they gonna lock me up. I don't know your position.
I wouldn't know if they're gonna lock you up.
I mean,
all right, I'm going to. You want to keep it all the way funky?
okay.
Out of everyone I've ever interviewed, 16 years, thousands of interviews, thousands of people. The only time that I ever heard that an interview was used against someone in a court of law, which actually hasn't been used yet, but I think it will be used eventually, is Keefe D.
Right, that the big controversy around your
Keefe D, and I'll freely admit that. But Keefe D, before he did the interview with Vlad TV, he wrote a book that he released on Amazon that detailed all the stuff that I talked about in the interview. And ultimately, he ended up getting arrested for the Tupac murder, which he admitted to in the book.
Fact.
If you're going to admit to a bunch of stuff in a book, I don't have a problem interviewing you.
Okay.
But
put it like this. Once Vlad TV interview you, now the police is on you.
Well, in that particular case, it was for Keefe D, but it wasn't just a Vlad TV interview. It was a Cam Capone interview.
Okay.
It was Art of Dialogue interview. It was, he did BT, and he, I guess, wore a hot mic and said some stuff off camera that he shouldn't have said, and BT gave that information to law enforcement.
Okay.
That's something I don't do. If you talk on a hot mic, I'm not going to record it.
Nah, I hate that.
I erase that shit. Or I turn off the mic, so I don't do that. I don't want people to think you're actually wearing a wire around me. Like,
okay.
Nah, I don't do that shit.
Nah,
but yeah, and there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there was this one time where we did an interview with Jimmy Henchman, and he asked me to take the interview down the next day, and I took it down. And maybe 6 months later, the feds called me because he had an appeal trial coming up, and they're like, we want to copy that original interview. And I'm like, I'm not giving it to you. They're like, well, we're going to subpoena it. We're going to put you on the stand. And I'm like, well, you got to talk to my lawyer then. So I spent $10,000 on my lawyer, and my lawyer stopped it from happening.
Damn.
So it wasn't, I mean, he ultimately was found guilty and he's doing double life, but our interview wasn't accepted into the court. You know what I'm saying? But this is something he said himself, but he just felt that he talked a little too much, and he asked me to take it down, and I took it down. You know what I mean? Because I don't want people to think that when you do an interview with me, I'm then going to go and cooperate with the police. Basically. You know what I'm saying? Even when Las Vegas PD tried to call me about the Keefe D shit and they wanted all my original footage, I just ignored all their phone calls. You know what I'm saying?
So they do reach out to you?
Like I said, the Keefe D situation was one and the Jimmy Henchman thing was another. You know, but in both times.
Have they reached out to you about FYB J Mane and Lil Durk? Let's start there.
No. I mean, I really got nothing to do with Lil Durk. Our last interview with Durk was like maybe 8 years ago or something.
Okay.
So I don't know Durk. I haven't been around Durk.
So now that we know this is not police related,
yeah,
let's do the interview, Vlad.
Let's do the interview.
Let's do the interview, because do your homework on me not knowing shit about Lil Durk. It hit different. I don't do your homework on what I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. So we start again. So where did you grow up? Was it 63rd?
Yeah. So look, let's just break this shit down. When I say yeah, so look, that don't mean yeah. I grew up on 63rd. So when you tell the J Mane story, bro, we gotta go back in time. Okay. For them gray. Do your homework. How you gotta, to understand who FYB J Mane or J Mane or the Whoop Man is, you have to go back to Man from the Calumet building. Let's just break this shit down.
Okay. Do
y'all homework on Man Badass. It hit different. Over Whooping. It hit different. Do your homework on Little Son, Tay Son. It hit different. So do your homework on me being a product of my environment, bro. It hit different.
Right, because your dad was a BD.
Put it like this. That's police's hell for you to say on this platform, Vlad.
Okay.
Let's just start there.
But it's already been out there. Like, you've already talked about this. It's not like I'm breaking news here.
Put it like this. My pops, from what I heard, just like from what you heard, you're assuming. So you got to ask that man. I can't be answering no questions about that grown-ass man. It sounds like you want to interview with my daddy. Want me to call Little? It different. Do your homework. Want me to call Big BD? It different.
Okay.
Let's start that, because that's how you looking at him as Big BD. He probably a Muslim. But you throwing BD on this man's name is crazy.
Okay.
You know
Am I
what I mean?
wrong? Am I wrong in that question?
Put it like this. Back in the day, the stories that I did heard, Pop was Big BD. Do we gotta go there? These the stories that I heard. Can I say it's true? I know Pops got locked up. Did 15 years.
15 years.
It hit different when you do 15.
Can you say for what?
Put it like this. From my knowledge, I was a kid at the time, so
How old were you when he got locked up?
I was 10.
Okay.
I was 10 when they took my father out the home, Vlad.
Were you actually there when they showed up?
When the police got there, nah, I wasn't there, Vlad.
Okay. So you didn't have that traumatic experience of actually seeing it.
Nah, I wasn't there when they snatched him.
But then you were told soon afterwards.
Off a shit show.
Okay.
Daddy ain't coming home. It hit different.